Hold on one second.
I'm holding.
Got it. Go ahead.
Ready?
Yes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to the Pleasure Well podcast. My name is Harrison Scopes. I am here with my co-host, Chris Wakis.
Hey!
And we are
That's a lot of energy.
We are coming in hot. We are hot, fresh, and ready. Little Caesars pizza. Get the pepperonis out. I know my nips are pretty big.
Only $5. What?
I got some puffy nips. You know, they're a little bit, they sometimes look in different directions. And you know what? That's okay.
Can I tell you one thing real quick?
Yes.
Sorry. My daughter and I have like slanted nipples, and my daughter has the same nipples as me, and I feel really bad for what her boobs are going to look like.
Slanted nipples?
Yeah. I don't want to show you on pod. I'm embarrassed because you said it that way.
I mean, I got puffy nipples.
Yeah.
We are talking about our nipples. And in 18 years, we'll be sharing a picture of his daughter's tits so that everybody can see how this all came around. Guys, thank you for joining us once again. I hope you're having a great drive to work, or you had a great 30 drives to work in between the last two episodes. I just hope
it's been a while
that you are happy. We have a little bit of an announcement to make. We're going to have to say RIP to
DG,
Dick Giraffe, the giraffe with a penis head that has been on this table for the last XYZ time.
It's also it was given as a gift.
It was given as a gift. I mean, my intention, I think, is to bring it home and put it in my display case.
Oh, I thought it was going to put it in your ass.
Yeah. No, well, after I put it in my ass, I'm going to put it in the display case. Yes.
Okay.
But I've noticed now that we, Wink Wink, have had a clip do pretty well.
We did have a clip do well.
I think, and we are going to talk about that, I think,
and we
off
almost
the bat.
canceled the podcast.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
I know, this clip did well just in time to not cancel the Pleasure Well podcast.
Yeah.
But I think that having a dildo that half the time is obscured and you can't even tell it's half a giraffe on the table is not the best for all of the algorithms.
That's true.
And so we are going to now officially say RIP to Dick Giraffe. Would you like to say a few words?
Would I?
Yes.
Yes. DG, we loved you.
Yes.
Passionately,
yes.
Especially when you were in or around our mouth.
Yes, and that has happened.
And my favorite part is
Yes.
that when we were done with you, you had your own legs to walk away, and and that's important because dildos will just lay there in bed with you. They don't have anywhere to go, but you had agency.
Yes,
and that's something that I always appreciated about you, DG. And now you're not dying. We say
No.
RIP, but you're only dead to us.
Dead to us.
You're going to walk on to better things.
Endangered species, but it's being cultivated and kept alive by all of the great hard workers at the San Diego Zoo. So can we get a round of applause for everybody at the San Diego Zoo? Yes. Their prostates are going to be stimulated.
That's right.
And if they don't have a prostate, then we don't care about them because we know who the superior gender is.
And we've had guests on that have been mind-boggled by that thing. So
I mean, we can still have it in the corner. I just don't want to have it on camera for, obvious reasons.
No,
but
we
who is still here? Poor Trisha.
Poor Trisha will always be here.
She's been carrying this pod pretty much up until the last episode.
She's the mother of the pod.
She is the mother of the pod.
Yeah.
Speaking of our clip that did really well, guys, we had a clip do good. I mean, Jesus, if you're fucking listening to this, you got to be excited for us at this point.
This is big.
We had a clip that isn't even funny.
It's not even
funny, and I've had a couple friends be like, it's not funny, right? And I'm like, I'm well aware.
Not only is it not funny, there's a couple of comments that say like the last thing that I say on that clip is
funny. You get the joke. You get the only joke.
I say that's such addict behavior.
Yeah.
That was not a joke to me.
I know, it's just the truth.
Yeah, I was just saying something that I thought was true, and a couple people were like, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
You should see my stand-up because that's hilarious.
Those are actual jokes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, according to some of them. But anyway, that's fucking wild. And there's a huge conspiracy. We did a clip about the McDonald's guy and the Super Size Me guy.
Yes.
And Harrison had a great point. This was two episodes ago on the Macy Isaacs episode. Which is really great. You should go listen to it.
Agreed.
Yeah, ad nauseum, multiple times.
It's really calming. I don't know what. She really balanced this out.
It is. Well, and she had things to say other than us.
Correct.
We just shit on each other for 45 minutes.
Yes.
And then,
I'm surprised the podcast doesn't do better in Germany.
That's funny. And then, so Harrison made this very poignant point And the internet just fucking took it off. Everybody took sides on whether or not they liked this guy.
Yeah, people are fighting. We want everybody fight. Hey, if you're a fan of Pleasure World Podcast, fight in the comments with all the dumb random people that comment on our
everybody
shit.
thinks we were paid by McDonald's to make the
Yes,
clip.
we get all the. It's like, yeah, if McDonald's was gonna pay, okay, if McDonald's for one was gonna pay me for anything, it would be the video I made about McDonald's chicken nuggets that got fucking 65 million views. So there you go. But I am feeling like I really want to create something that gets traction that doesn't have to do with McDonald's. But I'm taking,
we're 2 for 2 on McDonald's.
But I'm taking it. I'm fucking keeping on. We're killing it with McDonald's.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, there's all these people fighting in the comments. They're like, dude, there are people that say, I hope there was one today that came in that was, you know, I'd love to see what they say about this guy talking about me when he dies.
Yes.
And I'm like, if someone's talking shit about me on Instagram when I die, then everything went better than expected.
Exactly.
Like,
I think we made it if someone's that we don't know is talking about us on a podcast.
100%.
Yeah.
So,
or whatever medium exists at that point.
Yeah, exactly. On the Brainwave AI app.
But at this, in the same vein, if you, the listener, the blowhole, start to notice that the podcast gets progressively more pro McDonald's.
Yeah, dude.
There's a reason.
We are 4 weeks away from coming in here wearing crowns. We're gonna get the king outfit.
He's gonna come in as Burger King.
Yes, dude.
I'll be Wendy.
And then Nate can be Grimace. So we're excited about it. I mean, we're up to like 700,000 combined views. Over Instagram and TikTok, they're at like 350 each, and
that's right.
I don't know. I'm hoping for a million. Hope we hit a milli. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're excited about it. I mean, it's hard not to be. You know, it's a weird thing doing this where, you know, obviously I just put things out that we think are funny. We see what happens. And it is a weird feeling to just be like, oh, wow, this is the thing that fucking worked. So that's exciting. So we have a couple things in the pipes today because we you know what? I'm going to be honest.
Wait, can I add one other thing?
Oh, please.
So I was talking to Sarah, and my wife, and she was saying that we shouldn't complain about the clip making it not being super funny.
I'm not complaining.
And I know you're not. I'm complaining
He's
because
the complainer.
Well, I just want people to see like what our intent was, and that honestly, I'm pretty sure we both thought when we saw the clip that this was kind of a throwaway.
I totally did.
And we were like, okay,
well, all right, I guess.
Whatever. But so her takeaway was, look, let people see you, get familiar with your face.
Yes.
All that press is good press.
100%.
And if they like you,
Sarah's right.
If they like you, they'll be like, "Oh, I enjoy the comedy too. Now I'm invested."
And the facial recognition is a huge part of it.
It's a good thing we look similar.
All these, I know we could be. I don't think we actually look that similar.
No,
we're both white guys with facial hair.
That's all it is.
At the end of the day, I really don't think we look similar at all. What do you think, Booth? How similar do we look?
Not very.
Not at all.
Not at all, right?
Not
like we
at
are
all.
not related.
No, we're not related. No.
And that's why I'm gonna fuck his wife.
Yeah.
Yes.
You do bring that up too much.
I know. I know it's starting to bother you, and then that is not gonna make me stop.
And Sarah told me I wasn't allowed to talk about this. Oh, I can't say anything.
Okay, well, don't talk about. I fucked his wife. That's
no, dude. That is the implication. That is the implication.
You the way you brought that up, you know, people are people. Spit take.
No.
Let's go, dude. Pleasure Well Pod. We got energy.
It's out. It came out of my blowhole.
It's gone.
No, the energy's here.
I know. No, not the energy's gone. The Well, now it is.
Well, now it's dead, dude. Oh, shit.
So yeah, we got some things in the pipes. We just as a little bit of a preface to if you're listening to this whole episode, we might do a couple of little asides to get stuff for the editor for what we're trying to do because we're gonna do a couple of drafts. We're gonna do like a draft of our favorite movie protagonists, and we're gonna do a draft of our favorite / best comedians because it's just a thing. It's a trend that's been blowing up big time on TikTok, and Chris and I kind of spitballed it and had so much fun talking about it on the phone.
I was gonna say
it's not. So this is something that we had fun doing. It's not like us just doing whatever works.
We're not doing the pod for clips, but we are actually. And I mean, you know, we did start the pod for clips, but it evolved into something else. The reason that we're doing this is because we started talking about it. And we ended up talking for like an hour and a half.
Yes.
It was so fun.
Just new boot goofing.
It could have been the podcast, but we don't record our phone conversations.
No, not well. We don't record them, but
somebody else. Yeah, the NSA does.
Yes. So, shall we go off to the races with this?
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let's set a couple of ground rules.
Okay.
First.
So we'll start with movie protagonists.
So top 5. So we're each going to pick our top 5 greatest movie protagonists of all time.
Yes, and it's not just trying to win; it's also a personal opinion. It's not. We're not just going and picking the fucking obvious winners.
Yes.
You
can't. So here's some ground rule, or here's an option that'll kind of put everything into perspective. You can pick James Bond is a good option for a protagonist.
Yes, however,
you have to specify which actor,
which I think is interesting because I actually do think that threw a wrench in a couple of my picks that I am not going to change because of it, but I do think it made them a little bit weaker.
Interesting.
But I'm gonna stick by. So if it's a character that there's multiple things, you got to pick which actor.
Yes.
And also, the character
has to be the main protagonist.
It has to be like main or like second main. Like I think you could do like Samwise in Lord of the Rings.
I don't think you can do that.
You don't think you could?
The reason I didn't, and if you were going to pick him,
I'm not going to. I don't think I actually have anyone that is like a secondary character. But if you were to pick, like, you could pick Gandalf. But he doesn't have to be Frodo. Frodo sucks.
It has to be Frodo.
No, Frodo's like the worst character.
Frodo's
in
the main character. He's the protagonist.
In my opinion, and we can disagree on this because I don't
really
have a dog
Return
in the fight.
Of the King, you could pick the king. Like in Lord of the Rings 3, you could pick I forget his
Aragorn.
name. Aragorn. You can pick him in Return of the King.
Okay.
But you can't in Fellowship of the Ring is fucking Frodo, bro.
All right.
Yeah, The Hobbit is Bilbo.
Yes.
Yes. Gollum is never an option.
No, Gollum is never an option, except for when it's late at night and you're trying to get that nut. and then Gollum is the only option.
Yeah,
anybody else?
So that's a really good example. The other, if it's like a group of famous or a group of protagonists, like this is not an option because it's not movies, but you could pick anybody from the Friends cast if we were doing it for TV shows. Because that's 6 protagonists, main protagonists.
They are all equal, yeah.
Yes. So you could pick any one of them if we were doing TV shows. Who would that be in movies? I guess in movies, and I'm not going to pick any of these people, but in Superbad, I think Michael Cera's character and Jonah Hill's character are of equal value.
Yes. And we also I brought this point up as well, where I think it would be a losing point to bring up somebody that is completely them as a character completely hinges on another character.
Sure.
There's like a duo. Like if there's a really dynamic duo, I do think we'd be shooting ourselves in the foot by being like Blues Brothers, right?
Yes.
You couldn't really pick one of them.
Yeah, and I might have one of those.
Oh,
I actually might have 2 of those.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it when we get there. I'm excited. I am excited to do this. This is fun for me. And what else?
I think you're gonna love these.
I know. I think you're gonna like mine.
I got a lot of action too.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into movie protagonists, and I'm gonna do a little I'm just gonna do a couple of these just so we have them. I'm just gonna do. Are you on board with that?
Yes, I'm just.
Do you want to run one?
No. As I'm looking at this, I'm like, fuck. Am I missing
It's tough.
Key female figure?
It's tough. But here's the thing. So, and also listeners, whatever. This is the first time we're doing this, and you guys probably care enough. We'll go over people that didn't make the cut, blah blah blah. But the people for the TikTok or whatever it is, it's going to be a 90-second kind of like back and forth draft.
Right.
So there's gonna be a lot less to. But I think that we're gonna probably get our jimmies going talking about this stuff. And I feel like this is gonna take the whole fucking podcast to do these two.
Yeah, just to get through. Yeah, just to get through the explanations.
And what a relief because I'm sick of talking about myself. I'm a nobody.
Well, according to the internet.
Yeah,
comments.
According to the internet, everybody's waiting for me to die.
Yeah,
and also everybody thinks that our point was that it's not bad to eat McDonald's. Also, just to like fucking go back to that for a second, it's like, dude, my point is not that McDonald's is good. It's just that my point was that the fucking experiment was shitty.
Yes, and I even said that in one of the comments that I responded. I really got to get off the comments.
Yeah,
section,
you do. You're not allowed.
Yeah.
You need to put like a lock on your phone.
Why am I not being
like
funny?
Child safety. No. You are being funny.
I'm just trying to get after him.
You're being funny. I just want you to not be sad all the time.
Well, who's sad?
Hey, everybody, come in here. We're having an intervention for Chris.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
That would be funny.
So we are drafting movie protagonists. We're drafting movie protagonists. We're drafting. You want to do one so that just in case you do it better? Not that you will. I'm way better at this.
What the fuck? Today we're drafting movie protagonists. Top 5s from both groups.
That's right. Let's fucking go. flip a coin to see who goes first. The booth has a coin ready.
Wait.
Call it in the air.
There's no air.
Oh, shit. Call it on the web.
Okay, fine. Ready?
Close
1,
your
2,
eyes.
3,
tails.
heads.
Okay,
That
we're
worked out.
perfect.
That really did work out.
Let's
It's
go.
tails.
It's tails. Okay.
That sucks, dude.
So, movie protagonists.
Oh, wait. Also say real quick, you're going to get one. You get to pick
Yes.
one.
It'll make sense to them when they see it.
Yeah, okay,
It's,
fine.
For my number one draft of movie protagonists, and this is one that I think was affected by Chris's rule that he dropped, but my number one draft in movie protagonists is going to be Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire.
What the fuck, dude?
Spider-Man.
Wow.
How do you feel about that?
Number one?
No, I went number one. And I will say I put it number one before we decided on you have to pick an actor. And here's why I picked Spider-Man. I think that when it comes to a protagonist, there is an intense relatability with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Where you have like the love interest is very relatable.
Uh-huh.
The like losing it's one of the best examples of like grief in a movie, losing someone,
Okay.
caring about the people you love, being along for the ride. I think a big part of a protagonist is you see parts of yourself or you're like along for this ride. And I think I am Spider-Man is what I'm saying, but I do think I am a superhero. And I shoot webs, but they're just sticky and small.
Wow.
But yeah, so Spider-Man's going to be my number one pick.
So so that has a lot of depth and thought, and
Yes.
this character is super vulnerable.
Yes.
But it's giving bitch ass. Because look at Tobey Maguire, and I understand everyone's gonna hate me for this.
It's not the guy with the biggest biceps. I mean, it's the
He does
best-
have big biceps in one of those scenes, though.
They're all right.
Yeah, he gets like really buff after the spider
well, you know,
bites
I
him.
have different. I don't think of biceps the same way you do because mine are huge. So to
Oh,
me,
sorry.
I'm just kidding. He is pretty buff.
Yeah, he's really buff. He gets really buff in that scene. And Spider-Man as a character is fucking badass. And
Yes.
So I will. So
And I think if we weren't doing pick the actor, I think Spider-Man is hands down
the number one.
the number one. Spider-Man, I think, is the highest grossing thing, except for the Avengers, as one character.
Yeah.
Like everybody fucking loves Spider-Man. As much as I want to pretend like I'm like unique for loving Spider-Man, there's a reason there's 10 fucking movies.
Right.
Spider-Man is awesome. We all love Spider-Man. I'm going Spider-Man number one. And that means Chris gets to pick 1 and 2 for his list back to back.
I'm almost worried.
And just real quick, we can't have the same people on each other's list. So if he
Yes.
was going to pick Spider-Man now, it's just because this is a draft.
Yes.
We're taking this to the NBA court at the end.
I'm almost worried that we're not going to have any overlap.
That's good.
Because no, it's not, because then there's no dialogue.
Well, we're going to have overlap in the next one, so
Okay, you think we're going to have overlap in the
I think we will,
when
yeah.
okay. Number who would I pick number one? Okay. Actually, I really like this, but I would argue that it's going to be immediately controversial.
Okay, that's good.
So, number one draft pick overall, best movie protagonist of all time
Okay.
for me
Okay.
is Tyler Durden.
Oh,
from Fight
interesting.
Club.
I talked about picking this because do you get both of them?
I do. I think I get both of them.
Okay, I
think
like
I
that.
get. Oh my god! Now I freaking. I think I get Ed Norton and Pitt,
Brad, yeah.
because it's one guy. Where's the gun? It's in my mouth. The gun is in my hand.
Yes.
He is. You want to talk about a man that goes through change?
Yep.
And inspired a series of incredible movies. Like, do you remember Wanted? Remember that movie where
No.
you can like you fling
yeah,
the
you
gun
can, like,
and then
curve
the
the bullet.
bullets
Yeah,
curve.
yeah.
So, dude, that had to be born out of Fight Club. Also, some of the most iconic lines ever.
Incredibly iconic, really
Yeah.
good movie.
And I learned how to make a bomb out of soap. Tyler Durden did that to me. He also, and I'm sitting here like it's the Pleasure Whale podcast.
If we have to pick an actor when we're picking Spider-Man, I think you might have to pick an actor when it comes to Tyler Durden.
But it's the same character at the same time.
Yeah. See, this is an interesting.
So,
yeah.
it is controversial.
I think it might be a little controversial just because I don't really know.
Okay, when you Google Tyler Durden, who comes up?
It's going to be Brad Pitt.
It's Pitt all day?
Because he has a different name. Tyler Durden is not the name of Edward Norton.
Yes, it
character.
is.
Is it?
Yes, they're the same guy.
But I thought it was a different name. I thought the main
No,
character.
he never refers to himself by name.
Oh,
that's kind of the point of the
interesting.
movie.
I mean, I know the general whatever, but I wasn't sure.
Remember
if they
when
different names?
Yeah, because there's actually a scene in the movie where the girl, and I forget her name. Martha.
Yeah.
He's like, say my name. What is my name? And she goes, Tyler Durden, and
Yes.
she's talking to Edward Norton's character
Ooh.
over the phone. His name there. Yeah, it's a figment of-
I do like that pick.
It's a good pick.
I think
dude.
it's a good pick.
I'm fucking and I know this, like, everyone's gonna be like, oh, well, I don't know. It's a bunch of bros that listen to this, so I think we're gonna be safe here.
Yes.
But this is a very like male, bring back the power kind of movie. It's not very like
yeah, but I mean,
pro-feminism.
I do think that, like, if you're just picking as a protagonist, I mean, it is a very interesting pick.
Yeah.
Because protagonist can be, it doesn't have to be a good guy, right? It's the person the movie follows, the person who you're behind, like looking, you know, like
it could be an anti-heroes are allowed.
Borat's not a great guy, but he's still the protagonist of the movie,
Yes.
right?
And now I'm curious, who wins? Tyler Durden Spider-Man.
I mean, I think Spider-Man is like I picked the number one for a reason. And
Yeah.
I thought about Tyler
No, I mean
Durden.
in a fight. Because
Spider-Man is like low-key one of the most powerful superheroes in Marvel.
Yeah.
He beats the guy that has schizophrenia
who
and
has
makes
schizophrenia?
a bomb.
Oh.
Fucking Tyler Durden, the guy that
Oh,
sees
he
the end of the-
beats. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he beats the dude.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but he's really tough. I mean, he is super
Yeah,
tough.
man, all 145 pounds of Brad Pitt in that movie. Dude, yeah, fucking crazy. Everybody's always like, how do I get the body of Brad Pitt in that movie? You just don't eat. The guy is not buff. He's just fucking skinny.
He looks jacked to me.
He's not jacked.
Oh.
Look up Brad Pitt shirt off because I want to make a point here. I want to make a point here because I'm serious. That is just someone that doesn't eat. He is buff, like he's been working out, but
That's incredible
But
tone.
if that guy was standing next to you, you would push him over. That's a little man.
You think so?
He weighs like 145 pounds in that. That's just a guy that has nothing on him.
How old is he?
He has incredible genetics, so his
I mean, not how old. How tall is he? Is he 6'1"?
He's like no, dude. He's like our height.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's like 5'10".
5'11".
5'11". All right,
Hey.
I'll give the extra inch to Brad. He's fucking bluffing.
Yeah.
I probably have a bigger dick. All right.
All right. Well, that's my number one.
Okay, and now to your number two.
Number two. This is a dramatic shift in tone. One of the most iconic trilogies of all time. Same character all the way through. Protagonist, Mr. Marty McFly.
Marty McFly, great pick.
Love it. Yes, dude.
Amazing pick.
Amazing, great
I
pick.
agree.
Amazing. Who are you talking?
I had him so high. I think that potentially could be the number one
overall.
overall. If we were going purely based on not our opinions,
I just don't think he. The only reason he's two for me is because he does rely on Doc Brown a lot.
See, that is part of it for me. That's why I didn't put him on mine.
Yeah.
I don't think Marty McFly without Doc Brown is that great of a character.
No, because he still has to question whether or not he's going to bang his mom.
I know, which
is a huge
so
growth opportunity.
relatable. No, but yeah, no, I do.
It's the opposite of an Oedipus complex. No, it is an Oedipus complex.
Well, an Oedipus complex would be that
Shit.
you want to. If you don't want to, it would just be being not a deranged fucking creep.
I thought that was the one. Is Oedipus complex the one where you want your mom? What's the one where you want your dad?
And it's the same. Oedipus
It is the same?
is you want to kill your dad and fuck your mom.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Great pick. I think that arguably, I was talking to Karen Ann about this. I think that Back to the Future is the best movie ever made. I don't think it's my favorite movie, but if you
Citizen Kane, The Godfather.
Citizen Kane sucks. It was great for its time. The Godfather also sucks. Two movies that are not good in the present day. If you were to show them to somebody that's seen a bunch of movies, they'd be bored out of their fucking mind watching both of them. And I do think there's something to be said for like
Interesting
spectacle and Back to the Future is still old. So this isn't me just saying like good movies
It came out is 1983.
But Back to the
3,
Future
5, and
is
7 or 5, 7, and 9.
Yeah, Back to the Future is so good.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's like
Part 2 is my favorite
also
because
so good.
because it's the future.
Yep.
And it actually it doesn't look too different from today, but I think it was a little more utopian.
Yeah,
Like the
and
flying cars.
Unfortunately, the third one not that great. But
I love the Wild West one too.
really,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah, I think they were there a little long, and I think
It falls off.
Yeah, like Buford Mad Dog Tannen.
Yeah.
He was an interesting.
But
character.
Back to the Future, I think, is a great movie. One of the reasons is because
It's also casino
it's
in it.
for everyone.
Yeah.
Back
sure.
to the Future is entertaining if you're 5 or if you're 75. I don't know
Yes.
if there's any movie that is just like you get a room full of people to agree on enjoying something. Back
Yeah.
to the Future is like
It's also on TV prolifically. And if you don't know about Gray's Sports Almanac, I can't talk to you. You're too young for me.
fair.
So there you go. So and I like you're gonna say, oh, Doc Brown is the guy instead of Marty McFly, but I think Marty, he carries that movie. Doc Brown is comedic relief. Marty carries that movie. Personal opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
And he does it with the same lines every time.
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying that there was a part of me that doesn't love Marty McFly enough to put him on my list.
Interesting.
I do
Your
think
jacket
it's a
is
great
now
pick.
dry.
Yeah.
He's fucking
It's
great.
great.
Dude.
It is great.
And he also I want the shoes. I still want the shoes that he wore in Back to the Future Part 2.
We all want
They're
the
like
shoes.
$10,000.
We all want the shoes.
Yes, I know. Okay, well, I was Marty McFly twice for Halloween.
I've never done a Marty.
Well, try, give it. Well, you're not a Marty guy.
I'm not a Marty guy.
Yeah.
No.
You could be You could be Dr. Emmett.
Well,
Brown.
my dad is Doc Brown. My
Well,
dad looks
there you
just
go.
like that, and so that would be funny.
There you go.
And then I could dress up our dog to be a little Copernicus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Copernicus.
dude.
Yes.
It's the
Great dog.
Great dog.
Great
Great
dog.
movie dog. Best movie dog list, maybe coming in the future.
Best movie. If it's not Air Bud.
Okay, wait. I'm trying to think of how to do this because I had this all in mind and now I'm fucking it up. So
now you gotta
I
go
got
2,
number
3.
1. I go 2, 3, and then what do you do?
I guess I go 4, 5.
2, 3. No, I go 2, 3. Right, and then you go 3. I go 4.
Okay.
You go 5. I go 5. Okay, because I think it's just the first one where you have to make up for it, and now we just kind of, and now I do 2, 3.
Okay. God,
Yeah.
I have. I'm so
Okay.
torn.
So
I'm making these decisions on the fly too.
my number 2 pick
Oh, I know who you're gonna pick.
is going to be Ellen Ripley, Sigourney Weaver
Wow.
in Alien.
Wow. Interesting. I was thinking about. I was like, if I had to have a woman, who would I have?
If you had to.
That is not.
If you had to is crazy. If you were forced to is insane. That's wild. But Ellen Ripley is not. Also, interesting thing about this character, if you go and watch Alien,
Great hair.
is she is not clearly the hero in the movie immediately when you're watching Alien.
Interesting.
She doesn't. It's not like it is immediately completely following her. She kind of becomes, which I think is a really cool journey to go on, of like being like she's become the only person that's left alive. Spoilers for Alien.
Yeah. Well, if we're being totally
She's
honest.
fucking awesome in it. She's killer in the second movie. She's great in all of them, even though they really do fall off. 3 sucks.
Yeah.
But then whatever the fourth one is pretty cool, even though it's not so impactful.
Sure. I mean,
she's just awesome in it.
yeah. This is a great pick. This is a badass pick.
Yep.
Yeah. This is good.
I
wish I had more to say, but I haven't seen Alien in like 15 years. I don't
that's
even
a movie
remember what
that's
happens.
like my dad loves that movie, and so I will just sit there and watch
Yeah.
that movie with him like once every couple of years. I
Yeah.
love
You have to have that.
that movie. It's so good.
The movie I have with my dad is this weird movie called Frequency.
I don't know, never
It's
seen
like
it.
Dennis Quaid. It's not bad, but it's like
But it's
not
just,
like
like,
a
not like a-
well known.
yeah.
It's not Alien. It's
My-
not. Yeah.
My dad will watch Stand By Me over and over
Sure,
again. It reminds
Stand
him
By
of being
Me's
a
good.
kid. Great movie, but I'm telling you, he'll watch it every night for a week. It's weird.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, and John Mulaney does a great bit about this. Have you know it?
no,
Like wives looking at their husbands. If they were going to take notes or whatever, they'd be like, sometimes he watches movies on television, even though he already owns them on DVD.
yes.
And bringing this up to him confuses and angers him.
So true.
Yeah,
and I've
really
seen
true.
that.
I do it all the time.
So for my third pick,
Ellen Ripley, good pick.
and this
I kind of hate where my list is going.
my third pick is gonna be Forrest Gump.
Oh no! That's who I was gonna pick next,
Yep,
dude.
Forrest
I'm
Gump.
so upset.
I
had
Tom Hanks.
Fuck me.
I think that there is he just is the movie protagonist.
Of all movie
protagonists. He's just going on all these different parts of history. It's Tom Hanks, who's arguably the greatest actor of all time. This is his best performance. also, I know that and there has been a little bit of discourse online about whether or not Tom Hanks should be playing a guy with mental disabilities and blah blah blah, which I think
This
is like,
does not matter.
I think that is such a fucking Reddit take. Fuck you if you think that that's wrong.
This is one of the best movies ever made.
Forrest Gump. It is like the most rewatchable movie.
Oh yeah,
and also like who hasn't had a Jenny in their lives? You know what I mean?
Was running.
Like, yeah, I was running.
Come on,
fucking life is like a box of chocolates.
Who doesn't
so
have a
quotable.
Jenny in
We
their
got
life? Is that what
Lieutenant
you just
Dan.
said?
Yeah, we've all had a Jenny in our lives, right? A woman that fucking sucks that we're obsessed with.
Sure,
dude, Jenny is the worst. You never had a woman give you AIDS?
None of my friends died of AIDS. Are you fucking kidding me? None of my friends.
It's not the AIDS, dude.
Were affiliated with the Black Panthers.
We all, well, you're really missing the point of Jenny, I think.
Well, okay, and by the way, there's nothing wrong with being affiliated with the Black Panthers.
No,
but I just
or dying of AIDS. All right, we're a big fan of Freddie Mercury on this podcast.
Oh my God, that's true.
But
I'm not coming off great by trying to defend Jen. Everyone universally thinks Jenny is the worst, and Forrest is a saint for even considering liking
I don't
her.
think she's the worst. It's just it's a good, it's a
coming of age
it's
story.
a real character. Jenny is like it's crazy, but it's. Not everybody, you can, when I was young.
Yeah, you're right.
When I was young, I was crushing on Jenny because I didn't really see past, the surface of it, right? But then as I get older, it reminds me so much of like just women that didn't give me the
time of day.
But not even the time of day, but just didn't reciprocate maybe my feelings in the way that I would have liked.
I think it's so much worse than that, though.
I do. And dude, also.
She shuts him down. She shuts him down because he's not like other people.
100%.
And that's the shit that kills me.
And I want to say this scene before we get off of Forrest Gump. The scene where he asks if the kid is like him makes me cry.
Oh my God.
Every fucking time, because it gives you the first insight onto the self-awareness of him knowing he's different. And it is just so fucking good. Forrest Gump could have been number one.
But it should have been. I'm actually regretting that I didn't pick him first now.
Because Forrest Gump is, I think, better than Tyler Durden.
I agree. Well, it depends on.
But
you said Spider-Man, and I was like, oh, I need an action.
Yeah, I'm not going all action.
I'm not going all action either, and I'm gonna have to switch gears because you've taken a really heartfelt character away from me.
Yes.
But also on that scene, he says, "Is he like me?" And then Jenny says, "No, he's very smart."
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
I mean, is it fucked up? It's like we all know he's not super smart.
He's one of the most fucking accomplished people on the planet, even though he doesn't exist. But he's like in that movie, he literally did. Now that I'm a gozillionaire and I don't need to. I got a message in the mail. We don't need to worry about money no more.
Yeah,
I said that's good. One less thing.
I'd give up a few IQ points for a couple of those bucks.
Are you? Yeah, Bogo Shrimp's what they got. Come on now. All right.
So that's my number 3. Now Chris gets his number 3.
I'm so torn. I have so many options here, and we can talk about these. Okay, fine. All right, number 3 pick, Simba from The Lion King.
Interesting pick.
Why? Okay, so you don't like it, but I love it. Pull up Simba. Because you want to talk about a story of growth.
Dude, pull up a picture of...
The kid grows up.
Yeah, no, that's good. I agree. That's true. Pull up a picture of Nala giving those fuck me eyes.
Nala is hot. Nala Sarabi.
Nala, no, dude. There you go. That's
Sarabi. Is that? Oh, that is Nala.
Dude, come on. I know my Nala.
You mean my Nala, dude? I picked Simba.
That's true. I think Simba.
He's the king of the jungle, dude. Right?
That's no,
or king of
like the African Sahara.
Yeah, king of the.
I don't think king of the jungle is
king of the Pride Land.
But
George is the king of the. No, George is of the.
George is of the jungle.
Yeah, he's just not king. Simba, dude, when fucking Rafiki, Simba's alive, blah, 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 he freaks out. This is such a good movie. And
it is a phenomenal movie. It's my favorite Disney movie.
I think it might be my favorite movie of all time.
I wouldn't even fault you for it.
Yeah,
it's Mufasa.
And you know
fucking awesome.
You know, and I love Mufasa, played by James Earl Jones. I honestly, the sad part is I don't even know who voices Simba.
It's Matthew Broderick.
Oh my God, that's even better.
Isn't it? Yeah, it is.
If that's true, then this is my favorite. I should have picked him one because he is he has, unlike Mufasa, he has so much passion, or not passion. I'm sorry. He has this he has a softness to him that comes from stepping out of the Pride Lands and being part of this other world. So he saw the rest of the world and he came back and he fucking rose up. So he was everything his dad is and more and expand. He's Mufasa, but stepped into the future, man. He's his father's son plus some.
Yeah.
It's fucking special, dude.
It is special. It's
and
a
then
good
at
one.
the end, they hold their kid up.
Yeah.
And
it's a good pick.
This is a good flick.
It's a good pick. I would have gone Pumbaa, but
you can't pick fucking.
Just kidding.
Dude, you can't pick. But when he was a young warthog.
When I was a young warthog.
That's good. Yeah, I mean Pumbaa.
Dude, we love a Pumbaa. Timon and Pumbaa, classic, best comedic relief character. We could do that list too.
There's a Lion King 1.5 that is dedicated to Timon and Pumbaa. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things. I haven't seen it in a long time.
And you know what? They're the protagonists of that movie, so they would have been eligible for this list.
Yeah, eligible, sure. Better than Simba.
No, not at all.
Dude, no.
But relatable, though.
Yeah.
I relate more to Timon and Pumbaa than I relate to Simba.
Well, it's because you're not living into your destiny.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess we all are living into our destiny. Dude, one of my favorite memes is Simba, I'm really sad my dad is dead. And then it's a picture of Timon and Pumbaa, and it goes, have you tried not fucking worrying about it? It's my favorite. Matata. What a wonderful friend. Okay, so I think I actually audible here. I think that you get 4, then I get 4, then you get 5. Because that's fair. Because then you're getting your 5 ahead of my 1. I think that makes it better. So I think.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. I think I agree with you.
So you get a 4. You get your next pick.
Oh man. Okay. There's no way you're gonna even like this answer.
Well, it's not about me.
Yeah. But I got to get him up there. Adam Sandler's Happy Gilmore.
Oh, I love that answer.
Oh, do you? Okay,
yeah.
great. Go ahead. You have thoughts?
Well, it's just the beginning of that movie when Tuesday's Gone is playing and it's showing the grandma and it is like
go to your home. Dude, this is a great movie. It's also, there's a lot of evolution in this movie too, because he starts playing one sport and then finds out he's fucking prolific at something else. And it's got chubs and it's all in the hips. And you tell the ball, you know.
It's got chubs and it's all in the hips is awesome.
Dude, it's all, well, Chubbs makes an appearance in Little Nicky after being dead. And it's all in the hips there too. When he's teaching women how to samba.
I don't like that movie, but
Little Nicky's great. But I needed the best way to get Adam Sandler in here.
That's such an interesting way you did that, because I did that where I try to think of like my favorite actors and then their best whatever. Yeah. And I failed to think of Adam Sandler, and had I thought of him, I may have picked this.
Yeah, well, what else would you have picked? Not Mr. Deeds. Billy Madison's funny, but I think this is the peak.
I actually really like Mr. Deeds.
I love Mr. Deeds. Happy Gilmore's better.
Happy Gilmore's my favorite Sandler movie.
Yeah,
it is like the throwback to being a kid. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. Makes me feel safe. The opening of that movie seriously like makes me tear up now, just because it's just so like.
Also, the attention to detail here. Do you see how the stick has like a little butter thing on it?
It's a hockey stick.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, no, that's his special club, and it has like a butter face.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. Also, he kicks Shooter McGavin's ass.
Yes.
And to me, it doesn't make any sense, but I picture Gavin Newsom as Shooter McGavin.
These are just wires getting crossed.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Gavin and McGavin. I don't know.
Rules for thee, but not for me, bitch.
But I think Happy Gilmore could beat the shit out of Gavin Newsom,
dude. I would argue that is probably the case. Although he did get his ass kicked by Bob Barker, so you know,
right?
That's when
the Bob Barker cameo.
It's also good,
dude. I love this. I love. And his name is fucking Happy.
I'm throwing a curveball here for number 4.
Okay, go ahead.
We're gonna have to talk a little bit about the ones I didn't pick. We're getting there. We'll have enough time for the other thing, and then we'll be good. Okay. I gotta go with Truman from the Truman Show.
Oh, this is a really good answer. I friggin' love. Oh my! How can I not think? Oh, Jim Carrey.
Yes,
dude.
It's his best movie, in my opinion.
This is a really good movie.
You're exploring, and learning what's going on in the world around him as it's happening. You care so much about the love interest angle, him
Yep.
like wanting this girl that he saw, and the story
Yes.
of how they met is
Yes.
just so amazing.
Yes.
And the movie's so iconic, and it's just amazing performance. I don't want to say it's his best performance because I don't really
It
have
might be.
my finger
Or
on
at
the
least-
pulse of all of Jim Carrey's performances in that way, but it is,
he
in my
was-
opinion, his best movie.
He was The Mask. He did Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
He's in so many good. Ace Ventura is another one you could
Yeah.
pick, but I just
No, but what I love about this, especially I picked Happy Gilmore for Adam Sandler, but this is
Yeah.
like a dramatic role,
yeah,
and I love it when a comic steps into a dramatic role and freaking nails it.
I agree.
And man, and I'm so glad he's on this list
Yep.
because he is, and this movie in particular teaches you so much about the human experience, and it's even more relevant today because we all live our lives online on these screens.
We all are Truman in our own weird way.
Yeah, but we're also the
But
director.
we're doing it to ourselves. Yes, dude,
And
exactly.
it's so that movie speaks volumes, and the way he plays it. It's also weird because the first time I watched that movie, it was later in life, and I was like, wow, I should really get off the internet and go outside.
Yeah,
And that's a good fucking flick.
great movie.
Yeah, good idea.
And
All right,
now you get your number 5.
now I'm going 5.
Yep.
Okay. So torn. Let me look at my picks here. Okay.
I'm really torn for my 5 too.
Yeah, I just Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna pick. Okay, I need help. Can you help me?
No, you have to pick. You
Okay,
have to
fine.
pick.
Okay, then I'm gonna pick Jules Winfield, which is Sam Jackson from Pulp Fiction. That's who I'm picking.
That's a fantastic pick.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that who you were gonna pick?
No, it's on my list. I did think about doing that one.
It was either him or Vincent Vega. Well, and it wasn't even them. I was torn between some other stuff, but
Yeah.
this is the prolific use of motherfucker.
Yep.
You know, and Big Kahuna Burger.
Yeah.
I've been looking for a Big Kahuna
iconic
Burger my whole
lines.
life.
I think now here I'm gonna raise a little issue with this. I don't think that he's the main character of Pulp Fiction. I think Vincent Vega is.
Oh, that's interesting.
And if you watch the movie, Vincent Vega is involved in every single part of the movie. Sam Jackson is not.
Oh,
I don't know if
true.
if going by your rules here, I don't think that Sam Jackson in this movie is eligible.
he's not the main. You think he's not the main character because he's not at the house when
Yeah, he's not involved at all in the
what's
Mia
his name's
Wallace
wife ODs?
story, and that is like the meat of the movie. Because Vincent Vega is the one that keys Butch's car. Vincent Vega technically is the
and he's there to
antagonist.
shoot Butch.
Yep,
at
and
the
then
end.
he gets shot.
He's there
by-
to shoot Butch.
He's there to shoot Butch, but he gets shot by Butch. Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah, that does.
So-
All that shit does happen.
Do we swap the pick?
I mean, I'm actually fine with going to Vincent Vega.
That's what I was gonna do anyway.
because really?
So yeah, I'd be happy to have him on the board, and then I'll go with somebody else. But
Yeah.
that I think was
I'm fine to go to Vincent Vega because and everything still stands, right? She's fucking dying, man.
Yeah.
And he
so good.
saves her life.
Travolta's best role.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Saturday Night Fever, arguably.
And then Saturday Night Fever that put him on the fucking map. And then the dance, I still dance like that. The heroin dance. When
Oh,
they're in
yeah,
the-
yeah,
oh
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
god, that is an iconic
yeah,
way to
yeah.
fucking move. And so and I like this. And Travolta had hair and he was slick, bro. He had an earring
He's
like
so
me.
good.
Real fucking
I
slick.
love him in that movie. I have done in acting classes more scenes from that movie than any other movie. I have memorized a lot of Vincent Vega's lines.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I really fucking like that
This is-
character.
Interesting. I'm
He almost went earlier on my list. I've been
good.
struggling with my 5.
he's good.
I'm gonna go.
Yes, that's
Yes,
the scene.
yes.
I
They're-
love that.
Yeah, they're dancing to Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, it's it's the twist, but it's
I
modern.
think. Yep,
It's
it's so
real
good,
cool.
and she's so fucking good.
Uma Thurman,
One
one of the greats.
she was on my chopping block.
Kill
in
Bill.
Kill Bill, but
Yeah, totally.
I really love her. God, I'm dying.
Oh, so the
I love her.
commenter is right. Anyway.
Yes, the commenter will get his day. I love her in that movie, but I just don't love Kill Bill enough to want it to whatever.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction is like 10-10. And after you do yours, I would love to go through some honorable mentions. And I'll just bang those out.
Yep, me too.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go, and this is kind of personal here. I'm leaving a couple off the table that I think are clearly.
I bet you, by the way, the booth has been a little quiet.
Really
I wonder if
good.
they're like, fuck this.
No,
Fuck
we love
these
it.
lists.
I do.
like these
they're
lists?
in. Why are you?
That's great.
How dare you taint what we're doing with your insecurity?
No, it's not insecurity. I
just
think
kidding.
they have different lists.
Oh, that's
what I'm saying.
Okay. Fuck you.
Go ahead.
I am gonna go for my 5th pick, and this is kind of just like I don't know. I'm throwing it to the wind here. I'm going King Leonidas in 300.
Wow. Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler.
That is my Tyler Durden. That's what that is.
What? Okay. What? What do you mean by that?
I don't think he should be on this list.
Dude, I think it's just like it's like I went on that one kind of was my heroic pick. It's like for one, like, you know, the lead up to him leaving, knowing what he's doing, being all coy about it. I'm just going for a walk. Him throwing the spear at the end and, you know, standing up to the gigantic army. I just think that movie is so cool. It's definitely the best Zack Snyder movie.
Doesn't he lose?
Well, technically he loses the battle, but they win the war. You know, but it's, you know, winning is not what it's about. You know, Spartans, what is your profession? I don't know. The whole fucking movie is so cool.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And I'm Greek. I mean, you know,
that's true.
So there's a personal element to it where it's like, you know, instead of being sad about the fact that, you know, my country that I hail from is just a bunch of poor perverted men.
Yeah,
I prefer.
They also love olives.
I prefer to look back in time to King Leonidas.
So can we pull up the list real quick? And you know what? I don't hate this pick because it's good. But as I look at this, I think, so when I see Harrison, I say, oh wow, this guy loves spectacle. 3 of the 5 are like high octane movies.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe.
With a lot of CGI. Literally Spider-Man, Ellen Ripley, and King
But
Leonidas.
you got to keep in mind here, I'm not picking based on movie. I really was trying to do protagonists
No,
because
I
I
agree.
wouldn't say I'm super a spectacle guy. I'll sit there and watch movies where it's just people talking. I love acting and just the whatever.
Yeah.
But there was something about like the character of these guys.
No, I think it's cool that you can find the character in these like really dense or these really densely populated visual films. You know what I mean? Where it's like the movie's not necessarily relying on the acting, but these characters come out of it even still. So that's great. I appreciate that.
Let us know in the comments who you think wins the 5-on-5 battle of our protagonist draft.
Yeah. The only one thing that you do have on me is some diversity.
Yeah.
Which is really
well, you had a black
good.
guy until he got voted off.
I did. I also have a cartoon animal, which helps, I think.
And if I had
more like but it's voiced by Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, dude. Doing these lists actually, not to get social justice here.
Yeah.
But it did bring up an interesting thought to me where it's like, I don't think that it's wrong that we relate to the white guy characters, but I think it is a great example as to why there need to be other characters for other people to relate to.
I mean, that's
like I'm really
beautiful.
happy that because it's, you know, it makes sense.
Yeah, like we picked these lists because when
I was a kid,
I like that.
So I'm really happy.
I
am a champion for diversity. I am glad that there are more non-white guys starring in movies nowadays. Not that, but that being said, please pick me as the white guy.
Yeah, we're like available.
Yeah, we are available for whatever you want to do. I'm gonna go off a couple that I wanted to pick.
Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions: Dread Pirate Roberts from The Princess Bride.
Okay, that's good.
Rocky.
Yeah,
Rocky was one that I didn't pick because I wasn't trying to win. It wasn't just a win thing. It was like I go with my heart, and I like Rocky, but I'm not like, you know, a diehard Rocky fan. And then I got James Bond, I think, really lost out when you added your
The
rule.
character thing.
Because I think James Bond would have been great.
James Bond is really good.
McConaughey in Interstellar.
Oh, love.
It's one of my favorite movies, but then it's like you don't even know his name, so most people wouldn't even be able to say his name. It's Cooper, but it's
he
but
could be the ghost.
yeah, and then Han Solo.
Han Solo, great.
Those are but then I was thinking to myself, based on your rules,
Luke Skywalker.
it's got to be Luke.
Well, it depends.
But
on
I
which
feel like
movie you
those
pick.
movies. No, I mean I think it's Luke all the way through. Luke is the main character. It's the story of. It's his
in
story. I
episode
mean,
4.
Anakin really is the. If you really want to get into it,
'cause it's like Darth Vader's
the
actually in all
overarching
6.
theme. So those are my. I
All
wish I
9.
could have made him
Yeah.
in there, but they didn't make it.
Okay, interesting. So I had Napoleon Dynamite.
That's great.
Okay, I loved that one. I thought that like helped change comedy.
Yep.
Honestly, Jack Nicholson in 5 Easy Pieces.
I thought about.
I want a chicken salad.
I've never seen that movie.
Oh
but
wow, that's a really good movie. Okay, Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy, Chris Pratt.
I think that's a really weak pick.
Okay, Travis Bickle, who's De Niro in Taxi Driver.
Interesting because that Karen Ann was like, you should pick that.
Yeah,
And she was really, but I personally was like, I've seen the movie once. I thought it was incredible.
yeah, it's a really.
It's
good
an
movie.
amazing performance, and
Yeah.
it is a great anti-hero. And in the end,
It's also
like,
incredibly relevant now.
Yeah,
'cause of
that
the
is a
shooting.
good one. That is
Yeah.
a good one.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez from The Sandlot.
Which is so good. And we behind the scenes talked about Benny the Jet Rodriguez before.
Yeah, that was really good. This one, the last two are a little more personal, but George Bailey from It's a Wonderful Life.
That's really
Jimmy
good.
Stewart.
Yeah. I think that one is, it could have, I don't know if that character is the greatest character. It's almost like
That movie's one of the most heartfelt movies like ever.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I take it back. That's a good one. I do love that movie. It's
And
one of my favorite old movies.
This one's super personal. It's Jerry Maguire, Tom Cruise from Jerry Maguire.
I've actually never seen that.
Oh, okay. And so that's good.
But I did think about Tom Cruise movies, and I was like, dude,
Mission Impossible.
I would have gone with Top Gun.
Oh, Top Gun. Oh my God. What
Because
the fuck? Maverick.
I
yeah.
am like well, if I'm being honest with you, I would have gone Rain Man is my favorite.
Is that Dustin Hoffman?
But I would say this. But I will say that new fucking
Hoffman, dude. Why didn't we think of? That's a good one.
that is a good one.
I like my picks.
Yeah, I like my picks. Let us know what you think.
Yes.
I think this next one is not going to take as long, but maybe we should save it.
How much?
We have like
how much
10
time do we have?
minutes.
Yeah, we got
We
10.
have 10.
10 minutes. Do you think we knock out comics in 10 minutes, or do you want to save it?
Let's try to go quickly.
Okay, let's see if we can, and if we can't,
Also,
we can
no,
redo it or
no
something.
Walter
Are you
White.
guys? Is this fun for you guys?
Yeah, no, I was just wondering why Walter White ain't on those.
Walter
Not a
White
movie.
is not a movie.
Not a
Oh,
movie.
it's not a movie.
Not a
it's gotta
movie,
be
but
movies.
we might be doing
Hey.
TV.
Well,
Yeah,
let's see. Let's see
Let's see if
people
anybody
respond.
cares about this. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see what people think.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go top
And
5.
Blowholes, send us an. By the way, we got an email.
We'll read it another time.
Okay, but Blowholes,
Uh,
send us emails if you disagree.
Yeah, let us know
or,
what you think,
or agree.
and let us know what you think of us doing this.
Yeah.
We are drafting our favorite comedians. Chris and I, both comics,
Yes.
and we are going to try to pick our favorite comics. We're going to flip a coin to see who goes first, and let's just go with the same thing
I'm
we
gonna
did
go
last
heads.
time. He's
Heads,
going heads,
heads,
I'm going
heads.
tails. It's
It's
heads. It's heads.
heads.
He gets his first pick. I'm going to be so heartbroken if you pick my first one, but I don't think you're going to.
I don't know who your first.
I don't
one
think
is.
you're going to pick my number one as your number one.
I'm going to be really upset. But my first pick of the draft, greatest comic of all time, personal opinion, Louis C.K.
Okay, yeah, he is on my list, but
Yeah.
he wasn't my number one.
Okay. And I'm fine with that. And if you are capable of separating the art from the artist, this guy has had people in stitches for a very long time. He
Yeah.
also changed the craft by writing a new hour every year
Yeah.
and really redefining what it is to be a stand-up. I've taken so much of his advice from countless interviews and
Yep.
just watching his stand-up. I mean,
Yep.
the man is good at this.
Yeah,
And
but
he's
he's
also-
amazing at it.
Yeah.
He's incredible. He was one of the comics that got me into stand-up as a
Sure.
really into stand-up.
Sure.
Because this is such a weird random Louis C.K. fact, but the day that my first dog died, he was doing an AMA on Reddit. You know what that is?
Yes, ask me anything.
And I just read the whole thing while I was really sad about my dog being dead.
Yeah.
While my dog was being cremated, I was sitting at the pet cemetery reading Louis stuff, and
Yeah.
it like made me feel better.
And I agree with you. Also, my other favorite thing about him is that he could not be more normal when you're listening. Like he doesn't speak, like he doesn't try to be funny. He just is funny.
Right.
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
Yeah, he has a really good way of
And he's like,
articulating what he wants to say in a
Yes.
conversational manner that,
yeah,
we know what it is. We know what he's doing, but he does it really well.
he speaks really eloquently, and it's something I admire.
My number one pick
Go ahead.
for comedians,
Oh, boy.
another redhead,
Oh boy.
Bill Burr.
Oh,
Bill Burr is going to be my number one. Bill Burr, in my opinion, is the greatest comic to ever do it. I've never seen somebody tackle controversial issues and be so funny and just be so amazing in person and on his specials.
Yeah.
He also has my favorite special of all time. And I feel like an
The
idiot
Live
for
at
the
Red
black
Rocks?
and white one. No, the Red Rocks. No, the black and white one on Netflix. And I'm an idiot for not being able to think of the name of it because it's my favorite. But it
Walk
is
Your
my
Way
favorite
Out, I
special.
think.
Walk Your Way Out.
Walk Your Way Out. I'm going Bill Burr number one.
I like Burr. I do think his early stuff was a little one note. Please don't take this the
I
right
think
way,
that he
the
would
wrong
say the
way.
same thing.
Yeah, he would probably say the same.
And also it was so cool when I met him and is just like he's
you
like
go.
as when he's my comedic hero, but also in a way where it's like I'm not trying to be Bill Burr. I know I'm not anything
Yeah.
like him. I just
Yeah.
love him. I think what he does is incredible.
No, I agree.
And then
Shit, you know who I should put on? That's okay.
so my number two was going to be
Yes.
Louis.
Okay.
And so without Louis, I'm going number two, Don Rickles.
Wow, the roast master general.
Yep, I'm going Don Rickles.
And the original, the OG,
the OG
roaster, dude. Julia, you
don't.
don't have any lines. Sit down.
Ugh, that is like the thing that did it for me.
That's really funny.
It's interesting because it's not like a special. It's not that type of thing.
No, he's just.
But to me,
he's just doing a benefit.
a comedian is not just the person. It's not just the material.
Yeah.
It's the biting humor and the ability to toe the line. And nobody does it like Don. And I'm stoked to have him in my number two spot.
Yeah, he's a lot of people's favorite.
Yeah.
And I would say that my list is way more modern.
My list is pretty modern too. He's my only blast from the past.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I am gonna say am I ready for my number
Yep.
two? John Mulaney.
Ah, fuck.
I love John Mulaney.
He was like my next pick.
He's in one of the probably the most well written stand up.
He's the best writer.
Yeah,
Yep.
with a ton of personality.
Yep.
He's Jerry Seinfeld on cocaine, which
Yep.
is funny because he was on cocaine.
Yeah,
for a lot of
he
the
really
time.
lived it.
Yeah, he talked about it and then he was about it. He's also had a career that I could literally only dream of. With the Saturday
Yeah.
Night Live writing, and he got to grow into that, and he's experienced his fair share of failure, and
Yep.
that only made him better, and he
Yep.
just keeps bouncing back. And big John Mulaney fan.
We love John
Love
Mulaney.
Kid Gorgeous. Love the comeback. I listened to the top part, which is his first album. It's saved on my phone, which is weird. I don't have a lot of
Yeah.
stand up saved on.
There's
my
the Salt and Pepper Diner.
Salt and Pepper
We got
Diner.
Salt and Pepper Diner. We
oh
got
my god, the
I-
SVU,
dude, the
Law and Order Special Victims Unit.
Dude, him talking about John Mulaney does a thing. It's one of my favorite things in stand up where they have a take on a movie that was out from a long time ago.
Oh
Him
yeah.
talking about The Fugitive. And he also has a bit about, I think maybe Back to the Future.
No, it's not Back to the Future.
He's got a
Um,
couple bits about old movies I think are really funny. And the way it all
But I
ties in with
wasn't a
the Bill
comic back
Clinton
then.
thing. Yeah, dude,
Yeah. I would have been a Def Jam comic.
Yep.
You seeing this Home Alone 2 Lost in New
Yes,
York shit?
Dude.
The
John
streets
Mulaney,
are numbered. Yeah.
Great
that shit is
choice.
great. great.
How do we do this on the last one? Do you get your three now as well?
I do think I get 3
Yep.
as well. Little bit of a curveball, but I love the energy here. Robin Williams.
Fuck.
Did you have him?
Yes.
I love Robin Williams.
I love Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Damn, dude,
Yeah.
you took me. I will say the only part about this where I was gonna be really sad is if I didn't get Bill. But not getting Robin is a gut punch because he's my hero. He's my biggest hero I'll never meet. I love him.
yeah,
He's
he's incredible.
I recreated that photo of him at the Legion of Honor in
It's a
San
real bummer you
Francisco.
don't have this.
And it's a real bummer it's not on my list.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you picked him. I'm glad he's on the
But
board.
he's there. Yeah.
Man, Robin Williams. But the thing about Robin Williams that I am okay with not having him on my list is there's the one special where he talks about golf and all that, and that's like the best.
Yeah.
It's such a great special.
Mhm.
In my head, he's so much more of an actor and just a funny guy. Like he is obviously one of the greatest stand-ups of all time.
Yeah.
But that being said, to me personally, really, it's Mrs. Doubtfire. It's the movies that made me happy when I was a kid. It's
Yeah.
Patch Adams.
It is all that.
It's all those things, and it's just him as a whole thing. So him
But his ability to command a room and do characters
Unbelievable.
on stage by himself.
It almost doesn't even feel like stand-up. That's another part of it where, to me,
that's part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Robin Williams, R.I.P.
Yeah.
It was the 10-year anniversary of his death, I think, 2 days ago.
Oh,
and
one of
I
the
love.
greats. That's why he's on my
I
list.
love Robin Williams.
Yep.
Okay, so I will say here, Chris has really taken a lot from my list, so we're going down to people that I wouldn't actually have in my top 5. Realistically, but that's those. So all 3 of Chris's were my next 3. So I'm going.
Twice a draft.
I'm gonna go.
Don Rickles.
I'm gonna say, and this is like a modern take.
Yeah, go ahead.
Stavi.
Oh, it's Stavros Halkias.
Stavros Halkias.
Wow, dude.
I really fucking like him.
It's a little early for him to be the best on the best ever.
But it's a personal thing, and you took my 3 of mine. And, Stavi.
But he's incredible. He's so funny.
I love Stavi.
Yeah, I do too. And I mean, he's definitely at the forefront of like modern stand-up, the podcast era of stand-up. For
and
sure.
the crowd work is impeccable. And also, I really like his crowd work because it's not. When it comes to crowd work, I don't like the pressure of let me think of the perfect joke for this thing this person just said. And I think he has a really good conversational way of talking to the crowd.
Yeah,
that I really respect.
Yeah.
And he's Greek, and I
That's
gotta
true.
I gotta throw
That's
Greek on the
true.
board. I gotta put Stavi up there. I really love Stavi.
That's a good. I honestly, I don't hate it. It's odd that it's 3, but I don't mind that he's on the list.
Yeah, there's.
What do you do with his contemporaries? Sam Morril, Mark Normand, Andrew Santino, Shane Gillis.
Yeah, I mean he's my favorite of all those guys.
And I'm fine with that. He's also incredibly distinct.
Yes, and I like that
Yeah,
about him.
yeah.
I think that's.
I'm gonna say, because I don't think you're gonna pick anybody else, I'm gonna say Tig Notaro.
I'm like so not familiar at all.
Oh God damn it. Okay, so Tig Notaro is an incredible comic. She's a writer. She was a writer. She's been a writer for Louis. She's been a writer on a ton of different shows. She's also featured on This American Life a ton.
Yep.
She's so fucking funny. This woman, she's an incredible writer. She tells really long personal stories about her life that are topsy-turvy, but they like, I don't know, man. She just speaks to the human condition like fucking beautifully. She did 30 minutes on getting stuck in the bathroom. And it's a bummer that you don't know who she is, but
I know who she is, but I just haven't.
Take a minute to learn about this woman's stand-up because you will be shocked at how funny she is. And she is a comic for sure. Like she appreciates all avenues of comedy, and I think and you can tell. Like she just walks out, and it's also, I have somebody up there that she's probably the most dead man person that I have up there.
Yeah.
And I think that plays to, it was like her, maybe Dimitri Martin.
Got it.
You need some low energy comics as well. And I think she nails that.
All right.
Sorry.
Are we doing my 4 and 5 now?
Yes, 4 and 5.
Okay, so 4, and people hate me for not having in my top 5 in just a general sense. Chappelle.
Dave motherfucking Chappelle.
Gotta put Chappelle up there. It's probably a travesty that he's this far down, but if I'm being honest, I like the other people more. I like their comedy more.
Yeah.
I think in a general sense, not all of Chappelle's specials do that much for me, but he is a master of it. They're always good, but they're not always killer for me. But that first Netflix one that he did, I know that there's the Killing Him Softly, the one that like everybody goes nuts for. That's older.
Yeah, his first 2.
But the first Netflix one where he does the he rapes but he saves, that whole thing is so good.
Is that Equanimity? Or the Bird Revelation?
I'm not sure what it is, but
he rapes but he saves.
But
he
I
rapes
love that
more than
one.
He saves. So is it? Yeah.
Yeah. So Chappelle, and then
very good pick. Very good pick.
And then
my only issue is this goes really long a lot, and it like can.
I mean, I have that's another negative to him is some of this is weighted on seeing these people in person. And in person, I have always been disappointed when I see Chappelle. And I know that's going to make everybody fucking mad at me.
Yeah.
But it just,
I think it's
he's
fair.
incredible. But it's just I've had bad luck, and I've seen a lot of the Chappelle going long when he's really drunk sets, and I haven't seen a lot of Chappelle doing tight material sets, and that just is what it is. That's the way the cookie crumbled.
That's super fair. That's super fair.
And oh man, for my last spot, this is a difficult one for me.
We'll do honorable mentions too, and then we'll go. Blowholes, please weigh in because I feel like you're gonna be.
This one is not gonna be a popular opinion.
Okay,
but I gotta go Chris D'Elia.
Oh my god!
I know
that is not what I
But you're
thought
gonna
you were gonna
have to listen to me explain myself for this one.
Not only is that not a popular opinion, I don't even want you to look it up, bro.
I know
this is crazy.
Okay, we're at time. We're at time.
yeah. I get it. But here's the thing about Chris D'Elia, and I don't really listen to him anymore. But I will say, when I was going to comedy shows, when I first started going to the Improv, when it was the only 18 and up club, I would specifically look for lineups that he was on so that my friends that I was bringing, I knew would have a good time. I've never seen somebody kill so consistently in person.
He's great live.
He's unbelievable live.
Yeah.
Before being a comic, I was a huge comedy fan, not just watching it at home, going to shows. I've lived in LA my whole life. I've seen a million comedy shows. I have never seen somebody kill.
They added Cosby and Weinstein to your list.
Stop.
Which is funny because I had Cosby.
Yeah,
on
are
mine.
you not going to fucking pick him? You're out of your mind. It's got to be your 5, right?
No, I think I'm backed off of it. I have other
backed
options.
off of it? All right. Well, I'm not, it is what it is.
Probably if you're gonna go D'Elia, then maybe
maybe you should sack up and fucking put Bill on there.
I'll go. I mean, look, are you?
He's
ready
your
for me
favorite comic. He should have been your number 1. It is what it is.
No, he's not my number 1 because you either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. That's
okay.
And what's that a quote from?
Fucking
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah.
You're number 1 from the movie.
I know.
Anyway,
is that from Spider-Man?
Pretty sure.
Or is it Batman?
Shit, it's probably Batman. You either die a hero. Quote. Fuck. The Dark Knight.
Oh, yep.
Sorry.
So who's your number 5? Who you picking? Who you putting on the board?
We are going to do honorable mentions, right?
I don't even have very many. You really picked like all. I do have a couple though. I do like 2.
Okay, fine. Then I will put Bill Cosby in my 5th spot, and for one reason in particular, he is the only person. I've heard this from several other publications. He's the only person that can't be replicated. Like, there's a lot of comics that start and are doing. Wow, you put a clown face next to Cosby. Oh,
that's
and
fair.
D'Elia.
That's
okay,
fair.
yeah.
That's fair.
Okay, so those are apparently clown answers. Whatever, but people are doing versions of Pryor. People are doing versions of Carlin. Nobody could do a version of Cosby because, and I even try sometimes to just do Cosby bits like at home, and they don't land because it had to be him that did the. And this is, if it's possible for you to put all of the terrible accusations and then convictions and then acquittals beside to the side, then okay, I mean,
if we're being honest, unfortunately, when you do things like this, there's going to be people that have done some bad things, but separating the artist from the art, and it's just Cosby defined the game,
dude.
It is what it is. I mean, I remember my dad playing the CDs. It was probably the first stand-up I ever heard.
Why is there air? Dude, Bill Cosby himself, it's like 90 minutes long, and it is captivating the entire time. He does like 25 minutes on fucking dentists.
Yeah.
And the act outs. Oh my God, the act out with the bottom lip. Are you kidding me, dude? And my brother, for the first 9 years of my life, I thought my name was Jesus Christ. And my brother, he thought his name was Damn It.
Yeah.
And then one time, my dad calls me. He goes, I'm outside. He goes, Damn it, will you get in here? And I go, Dad, I'm Jesus Christ. Are you fucking kidding me?
I know. Well, let us know who you think has the better list. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like we got a little lost in the sauce here. I think we probably could have done a little better on this, especially as comedians. But
I'm proud of this list.
I am okay with most of this list. A little ashamed of a little bit of it. My big honorable mentions were Nate Jackson and Shane Gillis. Those are two of my favorites that I think were hard not to pick.
Yep.
I think Shane, give him 10 years and he's going to be in that top spot. I think Shane is probably the funniest comic alive right now.
Yep.
As far as just laughs per minute and just being so good. And I think Nate Jackson is probably the best crowd work comedian to ever live.
Love both.
That being said, I like Stavi more, so he kind of took that spot from me on my top 5.
And I'm fine with that. I have Matt Rife. No, I'm just kidding. No, he's not on here. But I do have somebody else that I think is like almost impossible to replicate is Nate Bargatze.
Yes, so good. That's a great pick.
Yeah, he's great. Patrice O'Neal,
amazing.
Chris Rock and Cat Williams.
Yep, both so good.
Yeah, and then. Also, I think if she gets like 2 more specials, I think Nikki Glaser is going to be one of the greats. And
Agreed.
She's already great.
Agreed.
Yeah, but I think she could be on the list of like one of the greatest for sure.
Guys, thank you very much for tuning into the Pleasure Well podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. This was a little deviation from the norm, but we had a lot of fun doing it. Please let us know what you thought. If you had fun listening, we will be back soon with whatever the fuck we're back with. I don't know. Maybe a guest, maybe more of this. Who knows? We'll see how this goes. Maybe we'll have a clip lub about Carl's Jr. and then this is gonna be a fast food. This is gonna be a fast food podcast.
That's right.
As always, on the way out, we're gonna make our favorite whale noise and we're gonna get the fuck out of here. Ooh. Thank you guys.